Hey guys, welcome to another Legacy Enchantress video. This is Spatula of the Ages. Today we're going to be running a list similar to the last two videos, which is sort of a hybrid between WitchHouse, which is like, or was the Absyn Living Witch version, and Invocation, which is a 4-color version using the card from Commander 2018, Estrid's Invocation, which has been performing really well. And it's sort of trying to like utilize a lot of the best elements of some different versions of the deck. So like 3 copies of Wish, because sometimes the 4th like is too much. You often don't want to draw multiples early on because it can be expensive. Invocation as a 3 of. I'm gonna be putting out videos at some point soon with a version that's running 4, but that is, you have to build for that a lot more, I think, because it can sometimes, you know, if you just have a bunch of wild growth out, it's still nice to resolve, but like you still need to like top deck something else to make it a threat, even though like an abundant growth would be sufficient. 1 copy of Guile, because beyond that you start running into like redundancy, like the second copy just does nothing. It doesn't have great synergy with Invocation. It's not a good copy target, obviously, but I think 1 of on its own is pretty good, like just having the extra 1 mana card that can also like give you card selection. We're running 5 fetches, so we can get some decent use out of it. 1 of Confinement. 2 might be debatable. I think it's better with Invocation. You can get it out more aggressively. But right now I haven't really been able to find the room for it. 4 of Grass. Like I guess maybe it's debatable. You could go to 3. Maybe that could be the Confinement, but Grass is really strong right now. Like if you look at, you know, like Delver's still around, Sneak and Show's good. There's still like a lot of decks running Dark Depths. Dredge is on the rise, or at least has been on the rise. I guess now it's sort of plateaued, but like it's really good against Dredge. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Ground Seal not as strong as it was in the Deathrite meta, but there are still a fair number of life from the Loams and Snapcasters going around, and it's just a good way to combo with Invocation. It's also good post-board against Surgical. A couple of Oblivion Ring effects. So running Oblivion Ring over Banishing Light, because like with Invocation you can like pull like basically like infinite tricks with Eidolon or Doomwake, where you like Oblivion Ring and Oblivion Ring to Oblivion Ring and Oblivion Ring, etc., and keep triggering these guys. In addition to the ability to like hide your own stuff, which is probably going to be more relevant, but overall I think the combination of strength is better than Banishing Light in this version with Invocation, because the main advantage of Banishing Light is that you can cast it into a blank field without hitting one of your own things. Binding, which like I was excited about at first and then didn't really like as much as Cast Out, which it's the same cost, but it has flash and it can cycle when you can't cast it or when it just won't be relevant, which is nice. Binding's ability isn't necessarily as relevant, but it can be really good with Invocation. Like if you can shut off basically like 8 or 12 cards in their deck with Invocations, I mean that's pretty huge. It's also really pretty good against Eldrazi because you can hit Reality Smasher with it, which is like one of the scarier things, obviously, because they can just, you know, drop 5 damage on the board out of nowhere. A Singleton Replenish. Replenish is really strong with Invocation. This list is running 31 enchantments, so Replenish gets slightly more value than the list running 30, but also the fact that Invocations are themselves often threats, and combined with Replenish makes it stronger. So in this version I'm just running 2 Zeniths. So like basically we've got, if we do an Enchantress count here, we've got 3 Argothians, we've got 3 Wishes, that's 6, 4 Presents, that's 10, 3 Invocations, 13, 2 Zeniths, 15, Eidolon, 16, Replenish, 17, and then Doomwake, 18. So I mean that's a pretty good threat intensity. And then like also Mirri's Guile and cycling from Abundant Growth and Ground Seal. Having the diversity means that uh, like over having the third Zenith means like your enchantment count is slightly higher. You're less hurt by like if people like randomly bring in like Grafdigger's Cage or whatever, which people do. I don't know why, but basically spreading out your type of threats means that like it's harder for people to hit you with specific sideboard cards. So that's the main deck. Let's talk about the board. Right now I'm running 10 Wish targets and five non-Wish targets. So we'll get to these guys in a minute. So the Wish targets, your primary Wish targets are Argothian, Doomwake Giant, Karakas, and Emrakul for the kill. Your main answers are Knight of Autumn and Wickerbough Elder. You run 2 naturalized creatures, so that you can board one in and Zenith for it, and turn the other into like a Wish target. So that way you have the ability to like basically have like 6 extra naturalizes between Zenith, Wish, and the copy you brought in against like Death and Taxes or Chalice decks most often, but also like against like Stoneblade and like other random things like Steel Stompy or Tezzeret. So yeah, so people ask about Wickerbough. Just like basically, I do think you want one at instant speed. Like Knight of Autumn, you can't like Zenith up and then like leave it as a threat, like against Sneak and Show, for instance. Like you'd want the ability to use that in response to like them casting a sneak attack or like I mean resolving it obviously. So like activating a sneak attack. Or like them dropping in an Omniscience, so like it's more powerful to be able to Zenith for it. Like you know, it doesn't do any good in your deck in response to a show and tell. You know what I mean? If you can't use it at instant speed. So yeah, so that's why you want instant speed one. So like the other option mainly is because I like Pride Mage, and I'm thinking about it, but like I think you also want one that you don't need white mana for because like. I think other people maybe disagree with this that I've talked to, but like we have a lot of ways of getting non-green mana, but 8 of them are shut off by Chalice at 1, which is also something you would generally want to destroy, right? So having the ability to destroy it without white mana, I think, is actually important. So that means that you'd want one of these to be mono green, so like you could run Reclamation Sage and because I like Pride Mage, and then your curve would be lower. But Knight of Autumn's life gain is really useful. So some other answers are like Gaddock Teeg against Storm combo, Miracles like random decks like Alurin, also against Elves for Natural Order and Zenith. Spore Frog against Elves, in fact, Dredge. And then also just randomly, situationally against other decks like Stompy decks or whatever. You might often, against Stompy decks, you would probably generally want to board this guy in since like as a Wish target, you can't cast him through Chalice at 1, but you can Zenith for him, of course. Faerie Macabre, I've been pretty happy with. You know, it's against a fairly limited number of decks generally, but having the ability to interact with the graveyard has been useful, especially like for free. Right. So I was running Aegis of the Gods for a long time as my enchantment creature. I think you do want a enchantment that you can go Wish for, so that Wish can try you cards. But like the hexproof, kind of really just there for like an extra bit of help against Storm, but like it really doesn't make a big difference. Like post board they always have bounce, and like pre board you'd always rather get Gaddock Teeg. So yeah, I really wasn't doing that much. I'm trying Courser of Kruphix. I liked her a lot when I tested her a little bit main deck. She's enchantment, she can't be lightning bolted, she's a good blocker, so she works well with Elephant Grass also. she's a form of card advantage in a way. Like, you know, she can clear lands out, and if you're not drawing lands, you're most likely going to draw threats unless it's a wild growth. And then, like, the life gain is also nice. So, like, against, like, aggressive decks, she's really good. You know, she can, like, block. She can gain you a life and block a Mongoose, and even if they have to, like, they lightning bolt her to, like, finish her off after that, that's, like, a 7 life point gain that you've made. Plus possibly, like, drawing an extra card effectively from land being on top, you know, so, she's pretty solid. So the non-wish cards. Steel Primordium is just really flexible. The choke is really powerful. Like, I would always run chokes. Back to basics, now that we're in blue, is pretty good against, like, Loam and Eldrazi decks and, like, Steel Stompy. And, like, you boarded in against, like, Amp anyway, just because, like, one of your best bets against them is just to, like, land a choke or back to basics when they've, like, tapped out. In the Eye of Chaos, is this neat little card from Legends. It's also against Storm, but it also should be good against, like, controlling decks, like Grixis control probably more than Miracles, and Burn, Infect. I'm still not sure whether it should come in against, like, I think maybe, like, red playing Delver decks, because they have more instants with, like, Lightning Bolt and stuff. Even though, like, it still just costs 2, it makes it harder for them to, like, bolt you out through grass if they need to finish you. It just works well with your other taxing effects, like mainly grass and choke. So, yeah. Alright, guys, so that's it. That's what we're doing. Let's get into it. So, the meta's, like, fairly wide open right now, which is actually not a great thing for us. Like, we're kind of a deck that preys on the fair blue decks, which generally rise to the top in Legacy, and kind of the decks that prey on them as well. And then we're weak to combo. So that's, like, basically our, like, niche in the ecosystem here. So, like, you know, we actually are kind of in a decent point right now, because, like, we don't actually lose to all of the combo decks. Like, Snake and Show is a 50-50 matchup, actually. But, like, Reanimator's really bad, Storm's really bad. But, like, you know, we beat the Delver decks and the control decks, and then we beat the decks that generally prey on them, like Dredge and Lands. We beat those as well. Huh. Alright. Well, that's an odd one. We have to turn to Oblivion Ring, and after that we need to draw threats. We're going to make a lot of land drops, which would be a plus side if we knew, like, if we were against, like, Death in Texas, for example. So still got it, man. Alright, well, I don't think we can keep this. Alright, that's a pretty good hand. It's also, being on the draw makes the scry more valuable. So generally, like, the elements you want in an opening hand are, like, 3 mana, a wild growth effect included, and an Enchantress. Okay, so it is Death in Texas. Well, this is still a pretty good hand, I think. If they go Port, it's annoying. If they go Thalia, we can actually wild growth the other one and then play an Argothian. That way, if they play it Port next turn, we'll still have 2 mana. Against Death and Taxes, mana is key. Like, don't worry about card advantage. Worry about mana. So we're doing this so that if they've got a Port or a Flicker Wisp, we'll still have... and obviously we're spreading them out. We'll still have mana. Okay. Well, the good news is they didn't have Flicker Wisp or Port. The bad news is they did have a Mirran Crusader, so we're probably looking at a fairly fast clock here. Let's say we'd have 2 more turns. Unfortunately, we can't play the Estrid's Invocation as a wild growth and still get mana out of it without putting it. No, actually, even yeah, we just can't do it. Normally, we'd have been able to like put it on here. Although, I mean, we'd be open to Port or Flicker Wisp either way. We're going to board out the Wishes, because Wishes aren't very good against them because of all their taxing. Like, it basically makes it like 3 mana to go get a creature, which is like an awful lot. Especially when they're porting us and Flicker Wisping us and stuff. That's annoying because we actually would like that. So, there's an argument. Here, if they have Wasteland, obviously, we're in trouble. If they have Flicker Wisp or Port, then we'd rather not lose it and another thing. And, like, to be honest, at least with Wasteland, they lose the land drop. You don't want to walk into any of them, but, like, they've got more ports, and, I guess with Port, like, you can move it, so it doesn't matter. So it's like, if they've got... They probably would have Flicker Wisp if they had it, though, right? You would think. Maybe not. I guess at least if we don't put it on the trop, we don't bait them into destroying our... Well, if they have Flicker Wisp and Wasteland, then we're really in trouble. Alright, whatever. I don't know. We'll think about that later. That's a tough call, actually, which to put it on. So next turn, we're probably going to Torch Sharks. Sort of assume they'll have an equipment. Don't have Flicker Wisp. Okay. So they're going to get something, and then like next turn they'll just like probably sword and equip it to the Crusader and just kill us. We do have Living Wish. So we're going to probably just Spore Frog this upcoming turn. Alright, that's what we draw land. So we can tap these for the Invocation, put as Wild Growth here, draw a card. Living Wish. Drop that and play the Frog. So yeah, let's do some math here. Like, yeah, they equipped the Crusader. That's 12 damage, all on his own, even ignoring Talia. So we need a Frog. Maybe I could have played the forest first and put the... Yeah, I should have put the invocation on this forest, so that... Well, I guess they're gonna... It still wouldn't stop them from the ability to get a bunch of value off of a Flicker Wish that gets top decked. So I know they have Vegeta. I really need a confinement, I guess. Maybe if this is a Sanctum, he can... I guess we can wish for Knight of Autumn, destroy the sword. Obviously, that won't block the Crusader, but she can chump block the Thalia. We still take... Crusader would have the Jitte, deal 2, and then get +4/+4, so deal 8 total, 9, 10. If the Stoneforge is also attack, so we're still alive. I'd really like to top deck something nicer. Alright. One, I guess. That'll be at 1, right? In case they destroy that, I might need black mana. I've already got white and blue. I guess, let's see. We've got, so 1, 2, 8, puts us at 3. If we block that, we'd be at 2 instead if we block the Stone Forge. Would we kill the Stone Forge? Does that matter at all? Perhaps. Perhaps it does. Especially at such a low life. The extra attacker could matter if we draw like Oblivion Rings as our outs here. I guess I could choose to save. But then, like, that actually saves us more life if they do. So during this upkeep, I think I'm just going to copy the Abundant Growth so that I can, I'll at least copy the first one. But the free card draw might be able to get us out of this. But we need some things. Wait, did I? No, okay, that's first strike for both of them. Okay, yeah. Right. Then, wait, did I do my math wrong? Oh, we got a 1. I did do my math wrong, but it's not lethal. Not a lethal mistake. Though fetch lands are out of the picture now, which could be a problem, since we need all our land drops in this matchup. And there's 4 fetches left. Okay, they're saving for next round, which seems greedy. I need both the cards and the mana. I really need to draw amazingly well in the next 3 cards. I suppose that's technically a start. It's a little late. Would have liked to see grass way earlier, like when they were still trying to play equipment and equip it and stuff. Okay, that's a start actually. Although I would have liked it when I still had more green mana. Pretty much. Let's see. Play this. And I have to draw a Confinement? I hope they don't have a Council's Judgment. No, that's not it. Alright, let's just go to the next game. Alright, so like I was saying, the wishes come out. That's the first thing. Ground seals actually are kind of mixed because like they don't do anything honestly. But you would like your invocations to be able to copy something. They can't just be like killed with Flicker Wisp. Excuse me, like Abundant Growth can. Confinement's pretty bad because of Flicker Wisp and Council's Judgment, and it's like rather expensive. You don't want to like you don't want this to be your defense because they'll just be able to like destroy it. Caracas definitely comes in. Doomwake and Argothian definitely come in. Seal Primordium definitely comes in. Replenish is generally not going to do much. Like, it can get grasses back and like Seal Primordium, and that's about it. The rest of the time, like if they're getting rid of your stuff, it's through exiling like Swords to Plowshares on Doomwakes or Council's Judgments. So, I think we do really actually want Courser because it can help you make extra land drops, which is really key. What can go? What can go? What can go? We can actually probably drop an Enchantress. We've already kind of got like Judgment is the only thing they have that deals like one-on-one with this, so we don't need as many copies of Enchantress. Like you saw we died with like plenty of Enchantress effects, but you need some more like immediacy on the board in this matchup. So for that reason, maybe like Eidolon because it's expensive, but it's also a blocker, which matters because they probably cut down on the number of Swords to Plowshares, and like they wouldn't be able to just attack in with like all their 1/2s and 1/1s and stuff with Eidolon on the board. So I don't know. On the other hand, she's expensive. Alright, let's try that. Alright, we've got a turn to Enchantress. We've got more action after that. We got Zenith for night when we need it. So even though we don't have any acceleration, I would keep this, mainly because it's got 3 land drops and, the stuff we need. If you miss one of your first 3 land drops against Death in Texas, you're very unlikely to succeed. Postboard, one thing that we're going to be thinking about is Cataclysm. Many of them run it. I'm going to hold on to the fetch if I can. If I draw another basic forest, I'd rather just play those. Vials, not good. I don't like turn 1 Vial. It enables a lot of silliness. It's a good draw. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that Vial here. Before we can start doing any real damage. I think I draw from Mom. That's fine. I'm actually going to hold this around. It just doesn't do that much against Thalia. I mean, it's just a jump block because of the first strike. So she'll be more useful just kind of hanging out. See, now because we destroyed the vial though, like it's a big difference. Because now they have to choose between denying us mana and building their own board. So since they chose to go for their own board, we can either Presence or Zenith. I might hold on to the Zenith, like depending on what they're gonna get. Like if they get a Spirit of the Labyrinth, we're gonna want the Zenith to be able to go get Wickerbough, Mirri Crusader. Okay, they're just going for the straight aggro. We're just gonna go ahead, I guess, and play Presence while we can. We're already a little weak to Wasteland, so we might as well go ahead, I think, and get either Trop or probably Trop. I mean, we've got 3 blue cards and 2 black cards. So let's go ahead and get the Trop going. That was a nice one. I guess I'll make the trade. I'm going to play this Crusader. Wouldn't make much sense to get it, to tap out and get it if they're not going to play it. Alright, so that's good. So we're just probably going to start off with, I think counterintuitively we're actually going to leave one of the basics up so that if we draw Wild Growth, we can Wild Growth the basic. Let's start off with the grass here. Nice. Don't have the black, but still nice. So I think I'm going to play the Courser here then. The Courser blocks. Say they can't just drop Sword. The worst thing they would have is like Sword in hand, equipped to the Crusader, but that doesn't kill us. That's 12 damage. They actually couldn't do that because it would cost 4 for the sword. So GT, that's only 8 damage. So we'll drop the Courser. Oblivion Ring is good. It's interesting that they know that Oblivion Ring is on top and they're still tapping the Tropical instead of the Savannah. We can actually, if we had the Thalia, then we can quit the Wild Growth, play the other grass, and at least the Mirri's Guile. That's pretty good, actually. Versus the Crusader is going to be a problem. But it's just safer to get the Crusader, I suppose. There's no reason to be greedy. Our position's actually pretty good. I guess maybe we do want to start thinking about Cataclysm, though. This is a position where you start thinking about that. I'm not sure. These are all actually pretty good cards. We actually want the Zenith, even though a lot of its utility is already in our hands, because without Emrakul, this is our anti-decking card. We also don't want to get rid of the forest. Maybe get rid of the... That's... What kind of a tactic is? Alright, let's get rid of the grasses. Level 4. That's annoying. Their own plays. Oh, so they could... okay, have an attacker. That's the idea. Oh, they almost did it, damn. If they tap before I pay my upkeep, it's free upkeep. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not gonna get the Sanctum, right? So. Alright. I should have done that. Because I could have still gotten one off the Courser. Alright, I guess we don't need that. One Zenith is probably fine. not really interested in playing more Enchantresses than this. I want all my lands. I think I actually need the Abundant Growth. Maybe I can actually... I'm going to want the Invocation. I guess I need to think about my time. I need to win this one quickly, actually. So I need to next turn drop the Sanctum and hope they don't tap my Abundant Growth. So I guess I actually let the grass die. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, so we need to, can't see you. Okay, there. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's fine. Whack. I hope they don't have Swords of Plowshares in hand. It's going to make it awkward, but I guess I can play the Wickerbough. If they do. So now I'm actually gonna keep the Wickerbough then in case of a Cataclysm. Start attacking. We got 2 turn clock here. I don't need the grass. It's fine, I don't need my mana anymore. Okay. Nothing changes here. I don't think. There's like a question, I guess, about like whether Back to Basics can come in for port. They run a lot of basics, and like, you know, you do get more backlash from Back to Basics than you do from Choke, obviously. We run 5 lands. I mean, I guess 4 really. Well, 5 because we also bred Caracas, so yeah. I think maybe if you were playing against like a Death in Texas that was splashing, might be worth it. So, we've got a bunch of land drops. And Doomwakes. In the long run, we really want Doomwakes. So, I'm going to play the Abundant Growth, although there would be an argument for playing the fetch land, because that way they can't, like, port us. But, apparently, like, 40% of them run Chalice on the board, and if they go turn 2 Chalice, I don't want to, like, lose access to, my ability to get any color. Really would like to draw a third land here. Maybe I should have done that. Just... Well, or we could just not draw mana. I suppose that's an option as well. So we're gonna lose our Sanctum. I already got any color from the Abundant Growth, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't know, I guess there could be an argument for like holding on to the Sanctum until you get like a forest out. We're gonna need to draw land. We're due, right? Well, we need to draw like another. I'm just gonna keep buying as much time as I can on this grass. Time is generally, well, it's not exactly on our side, but I guess it's our best hope right now. Huh. I would have thought they'd, I would have thought they were going to end turn. Of course, it's a non-basic. Still, we're going to play it. You got it, mate. Alright. Really wish I hadn't drawn that Bayou. Like, if I'd have had the ability to get it, I'd be in a much better position. I want them to, like, get impatient and tap out and give us a turn. Just give us one turn. Doomwake would be pretty good here. Alright, wait. So that's not lethal, I think. That could be good, right? Wait, do they have another Flicker Wisp in hand? Yes, they do, so that's a problem, actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I still have the Flicker Wisp though, and I can't block this guy. I can block here. It's gonna be a real fucking problem. Yeah, I think it's still not enough. Unfortunately, yeah. But it will be satisfying to kill a bunch of guys. Forget the Flicker Wisp. Forget it. Yeah. Why can't that work the way that it should? Alright, guys. Well, I don't know if we learned anything. We just kind of like stumbled on land drops. And then, like, unfortunately, half of them were non-basic, and they had the wastelands ready. Still. Game 1, we just didn't draw any business against Athalia. We needed to draw an O-Rain or a grass, like, sooner. Oh well. It's a generally positive matchup, but they can definitely get you. Ah, for fuck's sake. I like specifically move my time to like not play against this guy. He's a big reanimator player. Like, look at how, like, alright. Maybe, okay. So if I go turn 1 Guile, I have a decent chance of finding a Living Wish or Ground Seal, which are really my only hopes here. He's a, if he doesn't go off turn 1. Or maybe, oh no, he likes his hand, damn it. 6 cards is way too many, especially if they like their top card. City of Brass. Is he on Dredge? That's wacky. different. Man, because he got a fucking breakthrough double Landside Diamond hand. That's fucking insane. Wow. Okay, so for those not familiar with how this works, that's like a really crazy start for Dredge. Dredge is also a favorable matchup, but like this is their best start. Yeah, he's already got 20 card grader. That's fucking insane. I'm gonna make the Guile. Hmm. So the thing is, like their actions are sort of a known quality. So what they're gonna do is Dredge for 6. Now, if they find another Faithless Looting, that's going to be a problem in those 6 cards. Because that will mean they'll get another, like, 12 cards, basically, in the graveyard. If they don't, we should be fine. We have to deal with 3 more therapies. But I think rather than, like, running a grass out that won't be able to, they'll sort of, like, trap me in that. Well, no, that's not true. I can... It's not like they have any like wasteland, so I can wild growth the Sanctum, drop the grass. Next turn, I know that we know that we have a presence on top. So even if they like get really lucky and therapy away my hand, we can use this to pay the forest to pay for the grass, and use the wild growth Sanctum to pay for a presence, and just start. Like, I mean, they have no way to interact with our board. Like, their only interaction is the 4 therapies, one of which is gone. So I think there's, like, absolutely no reason not to do this. And then just get the grass out, because they really can't deal with it main deck. Unless they're on some weird build. But there's, like, so there's 2 Dredge builds. This is clearly, obviously, not manaless, since they've got LEDs and... City of Breath. So, I mean, like, yeah, they just have no way, really, of dealing with, like, even if they run that, like, 3 life loss thing, which I think only Manalist does, that's a fixed 12 damage. Okay, they did find another Faithless Looting, so it's a good thing we put the grass down then, I think. Because they're probably going to hit at least 1 or 2 therapies here. So I got 3 bridges going. So generally you would always put your upkeep first. I guess we already have the we still have the Zenith, so we can just Zenith. So we want to hit our land drop, so we can also abundant growth, draw a couple cards, and make sure our land drops keep coming. There's no reason not to get it non-basic, I suppose. Okay, yeah, alright. So, what's bad against them? Obviously, Oblivion Ring. So their sideboard plan is usually like Ashen Rider and Dread Return. Only one copy of Dread Return? That can't be right. So the good thing for us is we already have Ground Seal. Oh, Serenity. Do I want, maybe I want, so I want Gaddock Teeg against the Dread Return plan. What do I want against? I think I kind of want Knight of Autumn. Like, she can gain life in a pinch. And also just having a blocker can be useful because, like, I don't expect him to make mistakes, but, like, maybe he'll attack in and I give my knight a chance to die and trigger, like, get rid of his bridges. Sorry, I'm just thinking for a second. So, like, Spore Frog is really good, but would I rather have it as a wish target? So the thing about Teeg is, like, if he is my first Zenith target, then obviously that shuts down the ability of future Zenith. So, like, maybe I want to have, I don't know. So, like, Faerie Macabre is actually a really powerful wish target. So maybe I want Spore Frog as a Zenith target. I can worry. It's. I mean, I don't know which version he's on. Oh, okay, let's try this one. Although, you know, he does switch it up, I'm sure. But, like, if it's only one Dread Return, maybe I'm more worried about these Nature's Claims and Serenities. But obviously, like, the thing is, those don't pair very well with Lionside Diamond. So it does mean that he'll have to play a little bit less aggressively. Decisions. I think, yeah, okay, let's go for that. And then, I feel like maybe I'm missing something. Back to basics, perhaps? Should I bring him back to basics? Okay. I don't know. That was maybe a bad decision. I don't know. But, like, Serenity and Nature's Claims don't require mana, of course. And they have a limited amount of that. What a weird hand. It's got a turn 2 back to basics and the ability to play around it pretty well. So maybe I keep that, to be honest. I sort of expect them to, like, I expect him to play a slightly slower game, like I was saying, like, if he's got the Lionside Diamond start again, then I'm just screwed, but it's not good. It's a strong start. There's the Ashen Rider. What you don't want is them to have multiple therapies, because the first one can miss. Interesting. I'm glad they tapped out, though. Obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and, do I want to deny him the cards in his hand, or do I want to get grass out? He's drawn a few cards. I feel like he probably kept based on having some form of enchantment answer. So I think I actually just want to hit him with this back to basics here. But maybe I want a wild growth first. I think I probably do. I don't know. So this would be an Eidolon otherwise. It would have made our play path a lot clearer. We would have just gone Argothian Grass. Would it have been better? I don't know. No, we're hoping that he doesn't find the Dread Return this turn. Right. Definitely therapy. Now they'll probably name an Enchantress or Grass. So our odds of dodging this aren't great. Oh, he's editing himself. Yeah, he did have a Serenity, so I guess we were glad we did that. Interesting. So he actually needs to draw a land, which is an awkward situation for a Dread player to be in, because they can't dredge. I guess we've got everything else. Might as well. Well, yeah. Same white, so we can cast the Knight this turn, I guess? Might as well. Gain life, I suppose. Or do I want to, I mean, that Narcomoeba can block. Maybe I want to start just putting pressure on them. They don't have other, they do have, I mean, they'll still have bridges in there. So maybe I just want to gain the life and not be greedy about this. But maybe that was dumb. What if they do top deck a fucking Serenity? Well, next turn I can replenish, but that'll be too late. Yeah, that's probably dumb. I can't really put pressure on them anyway. Well, if they... Yeah, that was dumb. That was really bad, actually. I really gave them an out that they didn't have to have. Hopefully we draw well. No. I mean, I guess we got the replenish. Do they have any bridges we can kill? No. This was dumb. I fucked up. Guys, I fucked it up. I guess the life gain will help a little bit, but I can replenish this turn. But still. Assuming they don't therapy me away, which, like, they probably will. I guess they still don't have... oh shit, there's the Dread Return and a second therapy. They didn't therapy me the first time, so actually they... Do they have any bridges? No. Don't say replenish. They haven't seen my hand, right? They don't have a second one? Okay. Yeah, alright. Even though I fucked that up, we got it. But yeah, it was clearly a mistake to play the Knight of Autumn, especially since I knew about the Serenity. That was silly. I'm glad that he switched to Reanimator, or to Dredge, though. That's a way easier matchup than Reanimator. I should stream instead of recording these and putting them on YouTube, so like you guys can yell at me when I'm gonna do something really dumb, like play the Knight of Autumn when I know he's got Serenity. That was just silly. Alright, so I mean, we got what we want, but like this could be a hand that might lose to like a grindy deck, because like we've only really got the one Enchantress, and then the Replenish actually unfortunately doesn't work with this one. Lux Diamond, so lands, or 4-color lands, because 4-color doesn't play Dark Depths. Alright, well, so there's actually an argument for just they play Port, and I really want to get this turn to Enchantress online. It's not like I doubt lands isn't like main decking Thorn of Amethyst or Sphere of Resistance or anything. No, sideboard card. So like, I'm actually just gonna like fetch. Like for one thing, that way they don't know what I'm playing unless they like Google me. For another, that way they can't board me. So they can't stop me from getting my Enchantress on turn 2. And then the following turn, even if they do stuff, it can sprawl. That said, like we could be worried about them getting like a fast start because they do have I mean, they discarded a Dark Depths. I don't know if that means they've got Life from the Loam or they've got Gamble, but they didn't use it, so I don't know. Maybe because they weren't sure what I had. The fuck is this? Huh. Interesting. Alright. Well, I don't know what else they're on, but I know the Doomwake is probably not good. Confinement's okay, but I think I want to play this here, Ground Seal. And I guess just another... no, whatever, I'll just play the basic. That said, I don't know. Like maybe I should play the Confinement experimental friendly, like in lands, but I mean it's clearly lands. Like the thing is, like if they don't have exploration, it seems really bad, right? Ah, interesting. When did they start doing this shit? Oh, like playing it in the. No, they're not all playing it. Some of them are playing it. I don't. What? Or no. They're playing it on the sideboard. Okay. Well, look, we've got half the combo online. Oh, okay. See, now it seems better. That was kind of a lucky tap load dark there. Okay. That was really lucky. Alright, but the thing is, they still probably don't have any main deck way of getting rid of Confinement, to be honest. So I can like blow my Sanctum on setting up Presence Confinement. That's probably worthwhile. Like I'm saying, I just really doubt that they have anything. Especially if they're making room for Frenzy, then I doubt they also have room for Explosives, because it's a minority that have that anyway. I mean, they could get to 3 with 2 max diamonds, obviously. But what do we care about? I mean, they could just have the combo in hand, I suppose. I think we're going to blow it on this here. Well, let's Presence first. Then yeah, this will tap for 3. We'll lose it to Wasteland, obviously. That's okay. We got what we wanted out of it. And we got the Living Wish. So even if their plan is to like Ghost Quarter us out, what we're going to be able to do here is just Living Wish for Emrakul, discard it, and they won't be able to like run us out of basics. That said, we shouldn't be too comfortable. They could have explosives, I suppose. Not even copies the picture, that's funny. So we don't really need any more of this. We're not going to want to play non-basics, to be honest. And we've already got 2 lands, that's probably enough here. Maybe, though, if we get a turn, we probably just want to wish for Night of Autumn and destroy the Frenzy. I mean, obviously, we really to think of it. We'll still have enough, unless they Ghost Quarter us. Which they could. We're sort of like down to like, are they running explosives? We don't really need this for Zenith. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't have enough anymore to get the Night of Autumn. So we might as well, I suppose, just Presence here. I guess we don't need the Doomwake. So next turn, even if they do Ghost Quarter us again, we can hit the Frenzy with the Bayou. Walls? They push and fire themselves? Why? For the walls? Just to get rid of the card, I see. I guess we can also discard Eidolon. That's a fair point. It's pretty bad against, you know, what's it called? Punch and fire. They're doing our job for us. Actually, having Eidolon in the graveyard isn't bad with Replenish in hand. So, like I was saying, we're just gonna sprawl here. Yeah, okay. Boom, 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 boom. So Doomwake's really bad. Don't get any. As soon as you can expect them, like, I guess Binding and Overhand are better generally here because of Experimental Frenzy. But you can expect them to bring in, like, Sphere of Resistance and similar shit. Usually Sphere, Grip. I guess sometimes Chalice. Usually it's Sphere and Grip. You know, they would obviously take out, like, Windswept. Probably, like... I don't have another land they could take out Glacial Chasm, yeah. Like Punishing Fires. What do we bring in? We obviously bring in something to Zenith 4 with them on the play. Oh, I'd say Wickerbough, which is... I guess I'm going to say Wickerbough. Eidolon's pretty bad. I don't think they can take out all of their Punishing Fires. So I think Eidolon's still going to die pretty hard. Ooh, Courser could be alright, because she's harder to kill with fire than you have two, or be able to do it twice, which actually is fairly mana intensive. She can help us make land drops, and honestly, actually, the life gain matters. Oh, so that's actually why we might have gone over Wickerbough, because, like, even if we draw her, and we've already got, like, something in hand, we can cast her just to go, if you go above 20 life, they could have a Punishing Fire in hand, but a lot of times it'll basically be like a Time Walk, because the Merit Lage token hits you for exactly 20, of course. So, like, that way you get another turn at, like, 2 life or whatever, which is better than not getting an extra turn at all. Invocations, I think, are going to be pretty important, because they're a way to draw cards without spending mana, and mana is going to be where they're attacking us. So for that reason, Guile's also going to be good, because it helps us make land drops. Ground Seal's obviously good. Maybe we can, like, we've already cut down on one Enchantress. Maybe we don't cut down a second one. Oh, I guess Seal of Primordium might have to grow. Abundant Growth? Maybe Abundant Growth. Foul Growth? No, not a land. Oh, shit, guys. What am I going? Argothian, I guess. Guys, I don't know what to take out. Alright, we'll take out the Seal. Did it take it? I hope so. But now it's stuck. Actually, does this person have any results? They sure do. Experimental Frenzy. Their sideboard. Ooh, Chalice. No Sphere, just Chalice. And Grips. It's interesting. I guess that makes sense. Sphere, probably worse with Frenzy. I don't know if I buy Frenzy, this deck, but I mean, they did have that one turn that was pretty sick with it. Like, but how often does that happen? Only 2 land drops. But we have a Ground Seal, so 3 in a life from the lowest is good. Knight's pretty good. We don't have the white mana for it. We have the grass. The grass by itself only stops like the really fast hits. I think we'll keep it. We're going to see 1, 2, 3 cards with a Ground Seal, 4 cards by turn 3 to make our 3rd land draw. That's pretty good odds. We've got 18 more lands. We're going to draw 4 cards. We got an 82% chance of finding that third land. Oh. Well, I mean, we're going to do this. They could have port. It's a fast start they got there. Double diamond. 1 card left in hand. Ooh, life in one. Yeah, well, had we been on the play, this would have been better. They are going to get some advantage back, but, like, it does. I mean, they've got 1 random card and 3 lands. And we're about to shut off their life from the lump. So unless that random card is a Crossing Drip, we're looking okay. That's a good draw. One of those lands wasn't port, was it? No. Alright. A port or a grip for that random card would be bad. Chalice, we wouldn't really care too much about, to be honest. We can't play it on 3, which would be good against us right now. But the other thing about Chalice is Replenish is really good against it. Because unlike, you know, like Sanctum Prelate, where you can't play it, you can play it, they just get countered. So you can, like, with an Enchantress out, you can just cycle through them until you find your Replenish. Which, I mean, sometimes it's, like, in the bottom cards and you won't find it, but, like, a lot of the time you can just win against Chalice decks by doing that. Because they also don't run counters. I guess Merfolk does, but I haven't seen Merfolk in forever, so not too worried about that. So if they've got just like a handful of lands, that's fine. It's not even the, it's just 2 groves and a fetch, so it's not even like they don't have the combo. No chalice for 2. Frenzy, okay. So I want to get rid of that. We don't have white mana though. I really want to get rid of that. Alright, well we are going to Courser here. I hope to make our land drop. There it is. Alright, next turn we'll be able to get a Savannah. And we're at 21. How nice is that? Well, we know that, okay, actually that's, they definitely didn't get back Wasteland, so, and they've drawn 2 cards, 1 card. Do they still have an unknown card? There's Crop Rotation and Wasteland. So they might have 1 unknown card, but they're pretty much a top deck. Or that could have been off the Frenzy, right? So yeah, we should destroy the Frenzy. Yeah. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay. We got it. I like the card Experimental Frenzy. I'm not convinced that's the right deck for it. So we're doing okay. We really could have won that Death in Texas match. It's rough. Rough games. Yeah, game one was weird because like they didn't have the cards they normally need to beat us. They didn't have Port. They didn't have Flicker Wisp. We just didn't draw anything that affected the board, and like we stumbled on wishes. Like because we had to spend so much mana. They did have value. Okay, so they had like one of the cards that's really good against us. Yeah, and we had to like spend resources dealing with the fucking Crusader. Did we miss a land drop? I don't think we did we? No, I think it's just that we had to spend so much mana on wishes against them. So, I mean, there's no reason not to keep this hand. We got everything we would ask for. SPK 0103. Probably could have done this before I made a mulligan decision. So they mulled. They like the top card of their library. If we don't draw an enchantment, we might want to just Zenith. Seems like forever since I played a fair deck. Good. Delver. Mono, probably blue-red, I'd say. Like they've got a Delver on board, so there's really no sense in playing around days, and I've also got like extra threats, so I'm not like worried about if they do days it. If you play around days too much, you're basically just giving them a free sphere of resistance, which is like, you know, not something you want to be giving a deck that's got a 3/2 flyer attacking on turn 2. Okay, maybe we don't have to worry about that. Nice. Yeah, so blue-red. Blue-red's a little dicey compared to the other Delver ones, because like they can just burn you out really fast. So we're really lucky they didn't flip there. So that's sad. See, next turn we can wish for Night of Autumn. What I'd like to, I'm just gonna presence here. They could be in a lot of trouble if they flip this turn. Suddenly we'll be looking at, you know, 13 life plus like, if they end a turn lightning bolt, that's 10. Like they could basically just have the turn after this. So like maybe we, so hopefully they don't flip. No, they missed one, okay. So we're looking at 10, I'd say 7. So we're dead next turn. So we need a wish for something awfully good. We'd have liked to see a grass by this point, against them, obviously. Price of progress. Oh, that's good in a way. Like, hopefully their hand is just full of those, because that's not too much right now. What a shame. We could get, can't get the Bayou, because then we're just dead to price of progress. And we can't, like, double it anyway. Let's try Living Wish first. I guess I could get Night of Autumn against 4 life. I think Spore Frog basically gains at least 3, right? Because like even if it eats a lightning bolt in a turn, that's 3 life, but it's only 1 mana, and I can still ground seal. So maybe I should have actually ground sealed first. That way I don't have to drop a Savannah and walk into Price of Progress. But I do need to actually, I need to do this because I don't want it to be dazed. And I don't really mind if the ground seal is dazed. This will still draw 2 cards. I mean, if they force the Warlock, they have to have. The trouble with this fetch land is it puts me at exactly 1 lightning bolt range, so maybe I don't want to do it. To draw 2 cards. But we do need to draw cards. I guess I still need to have 2 lightning bolts, right? Because they need 1 for the frog. But they must, right? They didn't tap it. Which they'd have like something. Chain lightning. Alright. I think we can't avoid it. Need to get lucky here. I'm gonna hope they have like a bunch of like Price of Progress stays, like 2 mana creatures that they couldn't cast after brainstorming and shit like that. What we really hope is they don't actually have the lightning bolt here, and then we get to untap with their Spore Frog and save 6 life instead of just 3. Nice. Which I'd say we would do in a heartbeat. There would be like literally no reason not to gain 6 life off of this. Nice. So nice, for 2 less mana we saved 2 more life than we would with the Land Bottom. So we walk a little into nice. We're gonna name black obviously here. So we walk a little into Price of Progress, but I'm gonna do 1 first because I want the second trigger obviously with the Doomwake, but I also want to see if I can find a confinement first, because confinement would be even better than Doomwake. And this is mana neutral, because if it resolves it will add to the Sanctum. And I can also just draw out a Force the Will. That would otherwise head for the Doomwake. So we know they have a Price of Progress. So I guess we're to 8 damage is the most they can inflict with double bolt and Price this turn. We're going to leave 1 white floating in case we draw the confinement. Nice. I guess there's no point in playing this out except to draw the cards. Well, I want to draw the cards, so I'll do that. Okay. Alright. Like, I mean, despite them having a relatively slow start and missing a flip, like, you know, it was really close, actually. Like, you know, yes, we're at 9, but, like, you should assume that you're not, at any given moment, against blue-red. They're, like, 1 or 2 burn spells away. So we're going to bring out Wish against them. That's part 1 of the strategy. They're just too fast, and they probably bring in Parasitic Pillar. Red Wizards. I can't find this guy. So like generally, what are we looking at here? Like maybe they'll bring in Flusterstorm, which is even more reason to bring in Wish or take out Wish. I've had them bring in Grafdigger's Cage, which actually like one time worked for them, but it's pretty bad generally. So they don't have too many options besides Pillar that we're very scared of. But you shouldn't underestimate them because they can just burn you out of nowhere. So Wishes come out, which means like Doomwake has to come in. You need some kind of kill condition here. Argothian comes in, Chokes obviously come in, and the Eye of Chaos definitely comes in. Eidolon's probably bad. She probably gets burned really easily. The only thing going for her would be like that she gets around Pillar, but I don't think they have so many that that's enough of a point in her favor. I think they probably only have a couple copies. Guile's probably really slow against them. And we don't really care about like the land drops or anything as much. I mean, we do, of course, but not as much as like Death and Taxes or lands, where that's like the name of the game. We want Knight of Autumn as a Zenith target, obviously, for the life gain. Oh, we definitely want Courser of Kruphix. So yeah, that's a lot of cards. Spore Frog, it can be really good. I guess ground seals don't really do anything. So with that switch, Invocation isn't as good. We don't have as many targets for it to copy, so I think 2 is fine. Maybe the Frog can come in. Let's do a real quick count here. That's the opposite of what I wanted. These are coming in. What the fuck am I doing here? Alright. Okay, so wait. Frog comes out? Wait, I think I fucked something up. No, an Invocation comes out. And I don't have time to do an enchantment cat now. But I think I'm at card 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, we're fine. It's got in the Eye Chaos. That's really good. We got turn 1, Abundant Growth. Turn 2, Argothian. Turn 3, in the Eye of Chaos. That's okay if they don't have a blazing fast start. If we can resolve this, like, you kind of assume they're going to counter the Argothian. So this is a world enchantment. So part of what I was talking about, like why I took out an Invocation, is world enchantments. You can only have one world enchantment of any type. So like even if they're different cards, if like they have a world enchantment and I have a world enchantment, what happens is theirs gets destroyed and the new one comes in. So like for that reason, it's obviously a terrible way to, or it has like no synergy at all with Invocation. Except for the fact that like blue gives us a reason to run it. Or the ability to run it, because I don't think I would splash blue just for it. That's alright. If I was still running Plague, it would obviously come in here. But like on the other hand, Spore Frog, which took its place, probably won us that game, which obviously Plague would have a hard time doing from the sideboard. Well, they pondered, so they do know the top card, right? And it's a Daze. Oh man, that's awkward. They had to leave the Daze on top to flip it. We couldn't have it in hand for the Argothian. On the other hand, I've got a fair bit of damage. 5 damage. And more next turn once they get to do stuff. Well, so we know they've got a Daze. So like, we're just going to abandon everything we were doing and just grass. Now, if they don't have Force of Will, nice. They can Daze this Argothian. I don't give a shit. I'm honestly just, I'm fine with them doing that. And once again, we're playing around Price of Progress. They probably took some out, but there's no reason to walk into it, especially with an Abundant Growth and 2 more fetches in hand. The fetches actually could be a problem. But if you get a grass out, like then Dazane is actually not so free for them. They can't like now cantrip and attack with something. They have to choose development or 3 damage. Which is not such an easy choice. So next turn what we're going to do is I think we're just going to end the Eye of Chaos. See if we can't stop their ability to with grass. It'll be pretty strong. Also like that with the prowess guys, like shut down their ability to grow. So Invocation is also tempting because like basically it's a second grass, but it'll be like you can stack it so it doesn't have an upkeep basically, as long as there's another grass for it to copy. But I would like to get this in the Eye of Chaos down. I'd like to remove their ability to like interact. So this makes like all their Dazes and Force of Wills in the future like basically useless if it resolves. If it doesn't, I mean, whatever I was going to cast is probably going to be countered. But this just basically turns like most of their deck into bad draws because like the creatures are redundant because the grass is like forcing them into a bottleneck. Okay, they do have a Daze. All right, well, good draw for them, but. So next time we're going to pay the upkeep and then Invocation. I really don't like that we're having to go solo with true fetches. Like, to bolt yourself with fetches is not great. But that's the price you pay for running them sometimes. That's just how it is. Maybe I want to Oblivion Ring actually, and hit the Aberration. Because then they can't attack me for 3 next turn. On the other hand, I can just grass and then they can't attack me for 3 either. Now I'm going to do something that I might not necessarily recommend against a deck with Price of Progress, but again, if I do use it, I'm going to go to 6, which I know is like 2 burn spells away. Whereas if I don't, and they don't have Price of Progress, which they probably cited at least most of them out, if not all of them, then I've saved myself a life, which could be the difference between winning and losing this one. So I'm going to turn the fetch land into a mana source here through Abundant Growth. But because I might need to crack it in the future, I'm not going to put Wild Growth on it, although I could. So that's a good draw. So next turn, I'll let the old grass die. I'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I'll gain 3 life and copy the grass. Or gain 4 life, rather. So whatever damage they're going to do this turn has to be through burn. Let's gain the life first. Sorry. Risk factor. So I guess I'm okay with them drawing 4 cards or 3 cards. I definitely am not okay with losing 4 life. Like, especially like if I draw a choke where I'm like trying to bottle them, it's on mana. So I can take the cards. So again, we're kind of hoping they 4, 5, 6. Now it's more important to hit the Estrids than it is to get the Oblivion Ring. I guess I could have Abundant Growth first, actually, that was a mistake. And then tap for Sanctum, because I was going to use all non-green mana anyway for Invocation and Oblivion Ring. Oh shoot. Yeah. Grass, obviously. Maybe it's not obvious, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could actually double price here. Do they leave in price? So upkeep, the cumulative upkeeps have to go first so that you can flicker it before you pay for it. I think we want the Courser here. Gain a life this turn. Could make a difference. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're already kind of dead to press progress, aren't we? Not exactly, I suppose. Alright. Starting to me though, right? Alright. Alright. Comes down to this turn, I suppose. Have it. Alright. Alright, game 3. I don't think our plan changes much. We think maybe given how we played that one, they might bring Price of Progress back in. Which character? It's an instant, yeah. So it is affected by the chaos. Shoot. See, it's got a lot of good hand cards, but I mean, I guess we could Spore Frog. Zenith for Spore Frog on turn 2. That's not great. Turn 3, Courser or Oblivion Ring, depending on what they got, or Choke. Weak to days the whole time. Alright, fine. We have a Choke. It's kind of like the main reason I'm keeping it. I'm hoping to just like catch them in a turn 3 Choke without a daze or force them out. I'm gonna probably, unless I draw an Argothian, whoa, down to 5. I'm gonna Zenith for Spore Frog on turn 2. I'm probably gonna have to get a Savannah. I hope they didn't bring Price of Progress back in. Alright, okay, good. Like, I'm totally okay with them having to use a lightning bolt on this guy. As far as I'm concerned, that's card for card. Like, I've got plenty of 3-mana threats. I just wanted to play something on turn 2, so I'm not going to get totally out tempo here. As long as this guy is around, he can cancel a fair bit of damage. I do have an abundant growth. I can probably... what if they do have Price of Progress? It's kind of one of their outs. They're behind a couple cards, so they need to, like... Yeah, I mean, next turn we're going to abundant growth plus something anyway. Should we go for the Choke here? If we go for the Courser... Look, if they have a daze either way... But I guess we could get more lands next turn, and if we do get to resolve the Courser, we want to do it like with as many land drops available as possible. I'm okay with trading that. They don't have anything with haste that I would want to block anyway, so I might as well get that damage in. I'm going to hold back this turn though, because if they don't flip, I would happily trade with a Delver here. So we are going to try to get the Choke without the around the days. See if we can do it. It's a little awkward that we have the drop, of course. So, do we? I'm not going to grow through grass yet. There's not much point in blowing it here. It's going to be 3 damage, either from a bolt or from this guy. I would blow it if I could get more than 3 damage from the frog. Nice. They could have Spell Pierce. If they have days, I will pay for it with my island. Ooh. Going all in on this Delver. It's reasonable, I suppose. But if they have days, obviously they also get to tap, bring it back. Gonna go all the way with this frog here. Yes. Who needs other kill conditions when you have Spore Frog? Sure. So like I was saying though, like, you know, it's not worth blowing until we're looking at more than 3 damage. And now we're gonna drop the grass. That's a good one to draw, despite the fact that I sided one out. But with the abundant growth, it's obviously quite strong. I'm gonna... Do they run Wasteland? They don't, right, actually? Still, I'm not sure I want to walk into Price of Progress just yet. It's okay to hold on to that. Yeah. Obviously, it'd be the height of foolishness to just throw out my Spore Frog to be blocked by a Swiftspear. You really, like, mentally, you sort of think Swiftspear can't block, but that's only because she never does. But here she can. That can't get a non-island. Because I already have like the ability to draw cards, I'm gonna just play this out and start getting ahead a little bit on mana. We've got lots of non-green mana from the abundant growth, so I'm just gonna go ahead and name green, and we're done with our turn. Now, we shouldn't ignore the fact that we are, in fact, you know, like burning is a possibility, but they have to draw fairly well because they can't like cantrip into it. But we can get burned out here. So that's a good card to draw. That's what I want. Hopefully they don't have a force wheel. Okay. Alright. Well, that was a tight match, actually. See, it's close to 50-50. Alright. Well, we got our money back. Had a rough loss to death in Texas. It was pretty close. Game 3, despite them having a pretty good draw, was kind of close. We just we needed to draw more mana earlier than we did. Grass did a lot of work there in making it as close as it was. Had we seen a grass at some point earlier in game 1, we definitely would have had that one. But yeah, so what I'm saying is grass is really good in the deck, and you should run for it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like pretty much every deck that's not like a really bad matchup, you want grass against. And some of them you want it also. Like here, it's really good. Here, it's actually quite good as well. Like it stops sneak attack pretty well. In terms of like forcing them to play it and then like do it end of turn, which gives you a chance to like Oblivion Ring or whatever, like to interact with the sneak attack. Also post board with choke. Sometimes they can even like have a fucking Emrakul out, and you just like have choke grass. Miracles, obviously it's not amazing, but like it does stop their mentor lines, and it's a lot better than Confinement here. Ad nauseam, it's much worse than Confinement. Waste, it's really good. It stops the Merit Lage. It also even stops Hex Mage beatdown early on. Really good there. Obviously, you saw, okay, against Eldra, like the Chalice decks is where it's a little bit weaker. Like, obviously, it dies to Chalice for 1. And sometimes they just, like, have the ability to pay for it anyway, even if you do get to resolve it. Like, they'll just, like, pay Ancient Tomb to smash you. Like, that's a fine deal for them. Other times it actually is pretty good if they've got, like, if they're relying on, like, Eldrazi Temples and Ivugans and shit. Then, like, those don't add the 2 mana the way that they needed to for grass, but it is quite weak to Ancient Tomb and Chalice. Control, kind of the same thing as Miracles. Like, it's good against what kill conditions they have, except for Jace. But you generally would rather have more, like, you're the threat. You'd rather be playing threats like Ends and Enchantresses. Lands, Depths, Dredge, just insane against Dredge. Okay, really bad against Eldrazi Post. Reanimator, really not great. Every once in a while, if they like Grizzlebrand with a Reanimate, and they only get 7 cards, so their hand's not like busted, and they're relying on like being able to draw another 7 next turn. It can bail you out, but it's pretty rare. It's actually really good against Red Prison now because they're running like 8 Rabble Masters these days. Although obviously you still have to worry about Chalice. Anyway, Elephant Grass is really good. Alright, so we don't have a second land, and we could just fucked by Chalice at 1. God, Josh. Don't God, Josh. But if we draw a second land in the next 2 cards, this is a really good hand. If we don't, it's still pretty good. So, I guess we keep. We would really not want them to be on Death in Texas. Maverick, less of a concern. I don't think Maverick runs for it. I'm just going to Wild Growth here. Because if I don't draw a land in the next 2 turns, I'm going to want to like double up on one of these, even though that'll like really open me to Ghost Quarter, which they might play like as a one-of. What's Maverick playing these days? I had Maverick built like last time I played Legacy, which was like 2011, 2012. It's kind of a fun deck. And it's, you know, okay, start 420, good, better spell. That's good. Nice. Alright, well, we'd have preferred a basic, but we'll take it. We are going to name white here. And even though, like, they could be running, like, they're probably running black, so they're probably in absent colors, but we're going to put it on here anyway. Because even if they trophy us, it's not the end of the world. We still get another land out of it. But I'm glad we drew that land, and we have another land, so I think we should be good here. And Maverick's a pretty favorable match, but I'm probably jinxing it too much. Batterskull is going to come down next turn. Batterskull is like generally the wrong card for them to get. Alright, we're glad we did that. Because like Elephant Grass stops it. So once again, Elephant Grass pulling the whole fucking team on its back. So what we're going to just do here is play as many free spells as we can first. And try to find a grass. I guess we just need blue here. Although we are going to, obviously, like Oblivion Ring will just fail because of Mother of Friends. So we're going to be taking some damage this coming turn, but that's okay. Maybe this next card will be a grass. Honestly, any one green mana enchantment would be fine. No? Alright. Well, we're rather weak to, like, Vindicate or Trophy right now. Obviously, we could Vindicate the Trophy, but I don't think they run Vindicate anymore. There was a minute they were doing that. Yeah. Not even main decking Trophy. Or Replicate. That's interesting to me. They are black, of course. That's not surprising. So this turn we take 5 damage. That's okay. Next turn we go crazy, go nuts. So we can Oblivion Ring the Batterskull through Mom. That's fine. I guess I can bounce it, but whatever. That's like okay too. That's like a whole turn they have to spend. Will cost double white and black. Right, okay. That's scary. I would really like to be able to Oblivion Ring. I guess what I can do is Oblivion Ring the Mom, then tap the Mom, then I Oblivion Ring the Knight with the Invocation copy. Maybe I do that. I guess I get 2 more cards to see before I decide. It doesn't help matters much. Yeah, actually. Alright, so this is an okay plan. Guys. It's not like an aura, so they can't, like, have it fall off on their turn by, nice. I want to get rid of this knight. More than the. Just drop land, I suppose. And we're done. Next turn we can get rid of the Battle Skull if we so desire. They probably have main deck Knight of Autumn, you would imagine. Even if they do, and they get it, or like have the Zenith for it, they wouldn't have haste, so I wouldn't care that much. See, like right now, just not going to show you yet. So what I need, actually, yeah, so what I'm going to do actually, I think, is make this a Utopia Sprawl on black, and I'm going to Sanctum, Wish for Doomwake, and just like wipe their whole board. I think that's pretty viable. I just sort of have to draw moderately well, and I'll be able to copy it with Invocation. I did save at least 4 damage. I might have done some stuff differently. Shit, I accidentally copied the fucking Oblivion Ring. Shit, I'm an idiot. Fuck me. Fuck me for the stupid man I am. I guess I can still do it like this. But now I might not be able to wipe the whole board. That was dumb. That was dumb as hell. Yeah, I actually don't. Well, if I was running Knight of Autumn, or Aegis, I'd be able to wish for that, but I'm going to use 1 green here, and I won't be able to go get... I really fucked this up, didn't I? That's so dumb. You know what I'm gonna do maybe is if I Knight of Autumn. I don't want them to untap because do they run Source of Plowshares? Yeah. So I don't want them to be able to untap and kill my Doomwake. Ixalan. So what I might do is Knight of Autumn. I really fucked this up, guys. Knight of Autumn, my arm guy. I still have a chump blocker. So I'm like not at lethal. I really fucked this up. I had it, and I fucked it up. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do here. I can't let them get my Doomwake. But then I need to draw an enchantment next turn. It's a little crazy how many non-enchantments I've drawn, but that's not the point. The point is, I definitely made a mistake here. Ugh. They're probably like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I don't run any hand disruption main deck, I think. Or I could just be setting myself up to like top deck land and die. I mean, I suppose I have a chump block left in there. Like, how many lands do I have to left? I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 7 lands remaining out of 35 cards. That's, I can do math, right? 20% lands, so I have an 80% chance of drawing non-land, but Argothian is also not a great draw here. Zenith is fine. It gets me, Wish at this point is also fine. There's only 1 wish left, though. But Zenith would still get me, fucking, Eidolon. No doubt, no doubt. So obviously Knight of Autumn is going to eat it. Right, Exalted. Do I block here? I mean, I might as well, right? Well, prevents 2 damage. Kinda anyway. Might as well give them fewer options, I suppose. Really need to draw an enchantment here. Come on, Enchantress gods. I can, however, hit. I mean, they only have 1 card in hand. I can just like Oblivion Ring. The Jite and Knight. That's okay. I think I can do a loot here. I don't know what good that does me, except maybe it means the O-Rain gets active again. If I copy O-Rain and hit my O-Rain, then I copy O-Rain and hit my O-Rain, I get my O-Rain back, right? Let's try it, guys. I'm not sure if this is correct. Did I do this right? Right. Maybe this actually still leaves me with 1 less Oblivion Ring activation than I would like. No, because next turn I can return it, right? Right? No. I drew another fucking land. Alright, you guys. What are we looking at here? 4, 5. Kill a Hierarch, which doesn't make a difference. So I'm not dead if I block whatever the Jitte is attached to. I can't Mom and protect this turn. So I still have a turn. I can eliminate 2 lands, 1 more land from the deck with a fetch. I don't think the life makes a difference. So maybe I should just do that. But I don't want to replenish here, because, like, they have this card they haven't used. Doomwake is only going to kill the Hierarch. I don't know. Is that bad, you guys? Like, if they don't have Swords to Plowshares, then obviously it is 100% right to play that, because it'll block and kill something. It'll kill the Hierarch, block and kill something else. And then next turn I can copy them with the Invocations and it'll be great. Maybe I'm just being overly defensive here. Like, but what other card? Well, they were kind of choked on mana, so maybe they were just like holding nothing, I suppose. Alright, and I guess I gain 4 life even if they do have it, and I still have another turn to top deck. I don't know, I'm just like really annoyed with my misplay earlier when I had it and I fucked it up. And like the fact that I drew all lands like sucks, but like that wouldn't have made a difference if I hadn't fucked it up anyway. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Shit. I guess I have to block with the Argothian, right? They won't be able to kill the Doomwake unless they have the swords. If they have the swords, we're in trouble here. I don't have any kind of trample. I can actually just take. No, I can't take it. Just kidding. Don't have swords. Don't have swords. Don't have swords. Don't have swords. I guess I can Oblivion Ring the Batter Skull? It's a good thing this is such a favorable matchup, so that my mistakes aren't going to completely fuck me. What just happened? Okay. They have to use another counter. That's good for me. Should I attack here? Oh my god, I have so little time left, and this is game 1. I apologize, guys. I like really fucked this up a couple turns ago, and now it's taking a lot to dig out of it. Man, we kind of need to win game 2 though, because I can't really go to game 3 here. Alright, so what a weird game. So like Invocation does take a lot of work and thinking, but like more so when you make a mistake like that. Just silly. I do think we want back to basics here. I don't know how many basics they run, but I don't think it's very many. 2 basic forests. And then 1 plains sometimes. And obviously a bunch of fetches, but they're probably gonna like lean on getting non-basics. They're probably gonna bring in Canonist, Surgical, Council's Judgment, like what else? Zealous Persecution, Assassin's Trophy, Knight of Autumn. Grass, yeah, it's generally not that strong. We probably generally wanted a way to turn Zenith into the ability to get rid of artifacts and enchantments. Do they have? They have main deck though, yeah, right? Yeah. I'm confusing them with 4-color loam here. So 1 grass can go. They probably have a bunch of ways post board of getting rid of artifacts and enchantments. So maybe I want stuff that like affects the board more than Confinement does. Pretty sure we want back to basics, Knight of Autumn. Maybe 2 grasses can go. I'm not sure I want to get rid of more than that though. Replenish is going to be really important. The rest of the deck's pretty good. What else? I mean, like, Courser might be good, but I guess it's fine as a wish target, too. Yeah, maybe just like that. I don't know. We're fairly well tuned against them anyway. Just grass is often not very strong. Like, Knight is just, you know, pay 2 mana for 9 damage. Like, sure thing. Sure thing, buddy. So that's a mulligan, for obvious reasons that don't require elaboration. I think with 1 land I might keep a Guile. Like with a Guile rather, I might keep a 1 land hand, but okay. Not if it's a non-basic. I guess I get to scry. Alright, fine. I don't need that. So if this gets away from us pretty quickly, I'm going to scoop and go to game 3, by the way. So that's not a great card to draw. Knight would be a big problem here. If it's Thalia and I've got like a basic land or a fetch, I can interesting. Ah, for fuck's sake, really? Okay, we might be going game 3 here. I'm gonna have to hope they don't have Wasteland in hand. I honestly just don't have a choice here. I guess back to basics would be pretty good here, even though it would also shut off my land mana. But if I have fetch. No. Alright, we're probably going to get through pretty quickly here. Yeah, now you fucking show up. Too fucking late, Forest. You piece of shit. Back to basics would be like ironically good against this plan that they're on. But instead, we'll just get fucking housed. Oh shit, I should have wished for something. Fuck. That was dumb as fuck. What I wish for, I don't know, but something. Caracas maybe. Yeah, let's just go to the next one. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about that. Whiffed on a Guile, and yeah. That can happen, I suppose. What are the odds? We've got 19 lands left that we could have found. It's about a 75% chance of hitting a land. But really? Really, Deck? Really? Like, I can abundant growth. And I'm okay if they don't turn one wasteland or I find a forest. Because then I can, like, abundant growth the Sanctum. But, like, it's really not great. Alright, fine. That's also really not great, but I'll keep it, I suppose. Already got the one growth, we don't need two. Well, so obviously if they go like Canonist or something, we'll go Knight of Autumn. If they don't, we'll go Zenith. Well, I guess if they've got Dahlia, we can't. Zenith. And Knight of Autumn wouldn't be that great. I guess we can make Knight of Autumn a 4-3. And then she's pretty good against Dahlia, but not really. I mean, I think I'd rather hold it for the Knight of Autumn. Or anyway, I can, or to like disenchant it. I can Zenith next turn. It's fine. I don't have too much pressure here. Why couldn't you start with a Canonist, you son of a bitch? Well, I guess there's no reason not to, Zenith here first. Well, I guess, like, pressure would be the main reason, but it's not that much pressure. I can, I'm gonna get this over the Presence. The Presence is probably easier for them to get rid of. They might have an Edict or Persecution. They don't have black mana, they missed a land drop, right? No, I'm not too scared of Wasteland since I missed so many land drops. Now it's more difficult for them to put any more pressure on me. Ace and Slave again. Become kind of bottleneck there. Right. Yeah, pretty much Knight of Autumn, and they wanted to get rid of that. So I get Guy's Cradle. Suddenly they're able to cast stuff. Kind of just for this turn. I should be able to like find a Doomwake next turn. Do I want to pay for this grass? Kind of still do. It's basically cost me the 1 mana. With Sanctum out. Although maybe they're going to get a Wasteland here. Although that seems a little greedy considering how bottleneck they are. I suppose it'd be understandable. It would show off my ability to go crazy. To get a Wasteland, I think I probably will let it drop and just do this other one because they're stuck on 2 mana. I mean, they could trade the Arbor for a Cradle, but then that only ups them 1 mana. So, like, you know, variance obviously happens a lot, especially in decks that don't run Brainstorm or Ponder. That's like why they're like obviously the premier decks of the format. So you know, you do have games where like you Guile and you don't hit anything. Although I guess that can happen with a Brainstorm too. But like, or like game 1 where we like hit a lot of lands. But like a lot of that was like our mistakes. I don't think this deck is very forgiving. They're going for it. That's interesting. So like you do need to like think through like your decisions, and Invocation actually does complicate that a little bit because it's a bit more of a complex card. So yeah, well, it's 2 mana to play the new one, but it draws me 2 cards, so I'd rather do that, I think. And 2 mana, like a single grass seems sufficient in their current bottleneck situation here. Maybe I'll just go out here. 1, 2, 3. We're 1 mana short of Doomwake. What we can do, though, is, I guess, just Presence. That way, if they do have Zealot's Persecution, we'll still have an Enchantress on board. Don't need all these lands. They'll probably just take the 8 and draw 2 cards. That's what I would do. Even if they're not good, it at least clears them off the top. as they found their land drop. I would imagine, right? So I can trade that, I guess, for a Cradle. Then, yeah, they got a lot more mana. But, not too worried about it. Next turn we're gonna Doomwake. I don't see them stopping us. Then the Cradle won't make shit. I also don't know if I did the I'm pretty sure I didn't do the whole Oblivion Ring Invocation thing right. I should probably work out how that loop is supposed to go sometime when I'm not on the clock, so that I can do it correctly. Okay, Pride Mage, that's 9. What you gonna do there, buddy? I'd like to get a ground seal out probably before they do Doomwake though, in case they've got a surgical. Because I'd like Replenish to be live. Man, that card does nothing against me. Alright. I can't cast either of those, so I guess those aren't great. On account of the Gaddock. So let's shuffle. Those cards aren't great to draw. Still have basics in case they do they're tapped out, which was unwise of them. So let's clear the board. Oh, nice. Well, they can't use the knight this turn. And that should be all she wrote. I'm still gonna need that possibly as a chump blocker. Yeah, we got 6 minutes. I guess that non-basic isn't open, so we got plenty of card draw. So next turn we'll Invocation. Tapping Doomwake rather. We should be able to kill the knight next turn with Doomwake, like ground seal. Okay. Yeah. Let's see, what were our matchups? I mean, they're pretty good, actually. We got your Delver, and that's not a easy matchup. That's a pretty close one. That was hard. Death and Texas is actually slightly more favored than Delver, but you know they can get there for sure. Maverick is pretty favored. Dredge is pretty favored. There was something else that we lost to. No, we beat everything that wasn't Death in Texas. Alright, well, good job, deck. Let's see what we got. Anything cool? I just started on dinner soon. Alright, guys, what do we got? A fair bit of tickets, that's cool. Oh, this weird looking child thing. Alright, Metabond, is that worth something? That's like a played card. That's also a played card. That's a played card. Got like a couple of Death and Taxes cards here. What the fuck is that? Aegis of the Balance. Any of these worth anything? What the fuck is a Glam? Anyway. Mana Bond? Are you worth anything, Mana Bond? No, you're not. Did I get the Dark Steel? It's a couple bucks. What's this? Aminato. I don't even have the online prices yet. Probably not too much since she's only $4 in paper. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. What did we learn vis-a-vis the deck list? Spore Frog was good. I think Courser was pretty good. I don't know if Aegis... Like, Aegis would be better than Courser against, like, decks running, like, Hymn to Turok or Edict Effects. And I guess against Storm. We didn't run up against Storm. But, like, Courser's, like, big body and help hitting lands was good. Especially against, like, I think she was good against Death in Texas, even though we lost that one. Back to Basics was good. Yeah, actually, Back to Basics won us a game against Dredge, even though we tried to punt it. But our deck forgave us for being dumb. So that's 2 dumb mistakes. Neither of which turned out to be lethal. But, you know, live and learn, and that's why we play more. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Signing off.